Hey yo, this is up show boy Zikala's Odyssey in the Starring Coast. Well, this is my first time to be on an Odyssey show, but particularly this is gonna be much fun to able to watch. But hope you guys like it. To all of those really good news, we got some very good 6 topics, and also the subjection, and also the Mexican word of the day. It's gonna be something that's gonna be more fun for you, and more fun things to be in the introduction of the episode of the Odyssey show. It's gonna be even much better than Odyssey Records and Nasty. Well, at the meantime, I just have felt better at this point, but I can't control about those cold and flu stuff. Just to let you know, because I was supposed to be planning out some stuff, and then after that, I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I don't want to deal with all those multi-cop shit. But if you know what multi-cop is, it's like ranchitas. I have to be aware on that one. So you guys gotta be careful. Okay, the first news we're gonna talk about is the NBA and the NHL Finals. Okay, I'm gonna first start off with NHL because this is more interesting. Well, for the Stanley Cup Finals that we've seen today is the Washington Capitals versus the Viva Las Vegas Golden Knights. Well, the Viva Las Vegas Golden Knights never got struggled in Game 4 because we tried for all of the beat against the Capitals in Game 3. It was a little close game because 1 and 2 was a little close, and we didn't get that in the second period at the same goddamn time because we didn't know the Las Vegas Golden Knights are gonna expect it to get the goals back towards the overtime. But they pucked it out by the Capitals, dude. Novak and the rest of the boys are just trying to have to work this hard, but they are not skills enough because I never know those guys before, but I have to read it on the roster, but I don't know the words yet. I'm still gonna have to find out and know what it is because I felt that it was gonna be in the chart. I felt that it was on the news. I don't know. This is very interesting to watch for the Stanley Cup Finals because every time I enjoyed this, for every time when we saw the moment, when I saw the moment about the brand new extension team that just took over the job for the NHL, the ratings get so high when they were in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. And the next part of that thing, whether the team that they're playing the next to the football team is going to be the Oakland Raiders because the Raiders are going to be going to Las Vegas, It's just bad luck for my team, It's just, they got to go, They don't have any money in Oakland, well, it's a waste of it, But that's okay, we'll skip another things. And plus, and then the other second part is the NBA Finals, Warriors versus Cavaliers. These are the first both teams. They make it to the 4 times NBA Finals straight in history. Because the first time they were eliminated, they were 2015 NBA Finals when LeBron came back home. Since the years that back in the time, and especially the Warriors, they were got so big because the other teams that they were not having on the sinker yet, like the San Antonio Spurs, the Clippers, and all that shit. But this is all the censored show, but you can say shit, or I can say S words or F words anywhere they want, but it's going to be a coming out from the late night show, so I don't care what they say, but just I'm all about the languages, but I don't have to excuse, so just make sure about that shit, Just don't do this at home and in front of your parents, okay? And plus, LeBron James, well, he's been a crybaby for many years since they've been having many losses, and especially that happened back in 2007. Isn't quite enough, but 9 NBA Finals is the most that you can get. And he could be the next Bill Russell, because LeBron is the king, but I just don't see that depend on how high the leverage it is, because he's going to be that much enough to pass Bill Russell and the teams of the Celtics, because he is the king. I probably understand who LeBron is, because LeBron's the king, he can do that. He can raise their tempo to the next NBA Finals. Or if not, maybe they're going to have to get the loss to the Warriors to win the NBA championship. Or eventually the Wizards in the Game 5, or maybe Las Vegas in Game 6. I don't know when that's gonna happen, or whatever. It's Game 7 because we're trying to figure out how the Las Vegas Golden Knights to work this out. If that doesn't work, Capitals will win the championship, just like the 40 years ago when the Washington Bullets took a championship. It felt like it to me as a great team, you know? It wasn't that bad because I felt this is going to be enough limited for all those winning games to have it for Washington Capitals without the former member of the San Jose Sharks named like Rod or something like that. You know? Or last name Ward. I can't remember who that is, but this is a good shit. But sometimes I watch hockey, but not too much. But I mostly watch NBA, but just let you know. And okay, the next topic we're gonna see is this shit. It's called holy shit, Bottle Rock. Okay, Bottle Rock is gonna be the next shit we're gonna come out to see this political in that one. Bottle Rock, well, in that one was been great, but I just don't see. I can feel the feeling about the greatest artists and concerts, like they can dodge each other or something at each other, but Silent Disco with all those headsets is so much popular you can get. You can listen every different directions from listening to other topic stations like it can include hip hop, disco, funk, or comedy. This is so great shit because you can just feel you with your groove and just dance the way you just don't care, but I can feel about it because there was like 40,000 people there inside the Bottle Rock building. People just felt awesome when they watched Bruno Mars and the late night show for the Silent Disco with Warren G. It was great because you can just come out the feeling, you just come out the big shit on their lives, you know? It's just all these gangster rap shit, it was all freaking good, you know? It's great, you know? I love it, you know? I love that kind of depression because it's so great to think about that stuff. But at the end of the day, there would have been so type of force since Friday and Saturday, since there would have performed from E40, Snoop Dogg, and whatever some stars that they have, etc., etc. And well, I just only see like some few stars that you see like a little bit, like maybe like Halsey or Allen, you know, Wizkid, the rapper, Soulja, you know. I don't mind when I see this shit, but this is pretty fun, you know. Okay, the next one we're gonna see this shit. It's called the wine country of Napa Valley. Well, wines is just always has a lot of experience to the others. The news is that the wines are the #1 growing in the entire state. But for the country, it could be like much involvement when wine becomes so popular, like Italy does, because Italy has lots of wine because wine bottles and champagnes is going to like so extreme in the topic in the United States. As with all of this, wine country is always beloved. So what they have, you know. I just love the redwood wine, and also the Miros, the Jack Daniels, but that's whiskey. But you don't have to really be afraid about that shit. But it's okay. But and also Merlot. There's a lot of kind of wine bottles that were just coming around in the front of the Napa Valley area. Like in the city of Calistoga, Santa Elena, Rohnert Park, Cotati, and Petaluma. There was a lot of wines out there, you know. It gets a lot of growth that are just coming out in the impact, and you know, it's great to have the community to think about that stuff. It's pretty amazing because you have to give your feeling about that chance because you need to like imposture your feels, you know. And it's just I thought though I was gonna be like I try to be pushed around, but I just can't feel it. With my lungs, I just can't feel I can deal with it, you know? You know, wine is such a great tasting place, you know, like otherwise besides beer, because, you know, beer is always like the #1 drink I can do that, but wine is my option, you know, like whatever I can get, you know, because I'm 21 and over, but depends whatever I need to, you know, it's just to let you know, that's how I feel. I love it too. Okay, the next one is called, holy shit. Okay, the next one we're going to topic in the news is all about Overboard. We heard Overboard is the #1 California movie that we've seen today. Especially for Coco from last year. It was an underrated movie I'd never seen. But Overboard is such a good movie, but many Californians we need to understand what can be used for what kind of species you want to listen to in theaters. You know, like English and Spanish is always a nation, you know? It's just feels like when California becomes a nation, you just have to listen which your speakers that you want to listen to. Because if there was like Spanish people, well, you can listen to it in Spanish like very well when you see the subtitles in English. And I can feel about it because my speakers I can just pump out in my chest. It pumps out to my heart, you know. This Overboard is such a great movie and a funny movie to watch, you know. It's just like, I loved it. It's all about like the guy in the movie that he was just jump off of the boat and he's just being criticized to his girlfriend, but he didn't know that he was married because that was a girl that she was a janitorial, and then after that she kicked out the job, and then similar to this guy because his parents need to take care of him for the most of the time before they jump off over, and he doesn't remember what kind of the marriages they have. It was pretty funny, you know. You just get your emotions right, you know. Okay, the next news it's called, oh shit. Okay, the next one is called Santa Maria Community Building. That's going to be a perfect news. Well, the news is that Santa Maria Community Building is going to have to provide to their own jobs for all these Hispanics and the rest of the people what they want, and especially for the Nishi's people want for their jobs in Southern California. But it's good for that shit because you need to give all these people for art and culture, you know? Because people in Southern California wants that shit up, you know? Like when they have like a few centuries ago, just for life, you know? Just to keep this emotion to live this up, you know? It's just amazing, you know? I like kind of that personality because you have to figure this out. Because I like the idea to give this shit in because it's more fun to listen to that stuff. If you want to get hired to their own communities, you just must find them even their jobs if you don't have papers. But if you need papers, if you have all already for the documents, just go ahead and just follow along, and the Californians will approach you, you know. This is going to be all clean news, you know. Real news is all California news, but there's no fake news in there. There's nothing about that, you know. And I can't say the DT word, you know, because DTP, I don't want to say it because this is something that's going to close like this because of the after the elected from Barack Obama as a president, because I don't want my ass to control. You know what I'm saying? That's why. Okay, the next news is all about the weed. Attention news. The weed is all about much popular in California, and it's all about illegal to each counties. But the future counties to add them up to become legal will be coming soon in a few years. Well, don't you ever expect what kind of the weed is all about, because if something is bad for you, but it's okay, but you can do that in the future a little bit. But I know cigarettes are bad, but just feel about your emotions. Feel about everything, that's something that happened in your brain. It's very extremely contestable. You gotta have to express yourself. You gotta have to get your mental illness away if you want to smoke weed, because we love to smoke weed every day. Simple. You know, you just try to learn your best, try to learn your feelings. It's okay. It's okay to want to. But as you're feeling, you just need to get out of the drug, get out of cocaine and shit. Who cares? Just feel about your tempo and feel about the plants, you know? Plants is all the great living. Plants is all healthy. I don't care what California wants to believe, because this is a new California public. We belong for all those Mexicanos and Hispanicos and gringos and Negros, also known as non-Africans. That's what I can hear. Alright, well, the next part we're going to talk about is called suggestions. So we'll be back after this. Back to the Odyssey show. Okay, we're gonna talk about the greatest subjection. We're gonna talk about if it's all simple, but I know it's gonna be like a little bit like fake news, but it's not. But it's gonna be all the California news. So don't worry about it. This is gonna help you. It's called the Calexit campaign, or in the realistic way, it's called Yes California. Well, the Yes California, I think this might help you. You gotta help yourself. An ordinary person. You gotta help yourself. All this because this presidency of the U.S. for today is all like full of bullshit. You know what I mean? Think about it, because feel about what you can't think about fake news, but think about Calexit. This is what people think. If you have like those luxury taxes that's all the way up in California, you just gonna have to opt out and succeed. And so that they can just deal with Calexit. Just start with Louis Marinelli and also Marcus Ruiz Evans. Well, those are the good guys. They want to help you. If you want to help us out, believe yourself, because we got this flag in the front right here that says California Republic, but if there was a blue strip lines I drew above for it, it's called the New California Republic. And that's what's going to become the country like this in the next few years. But it's not going to come out until May the 4th will be with you in Star Wars 2021. But it's going to be coming soon. Just make sure you're going to have to sign a petition and then the ballot until they succeed till this year. Before they becomes New California Republic. Will be coming soon till next year by March or April 2020. That'll be 2 years. Or a few years later towards the May the 4th be with you. Let me destroy you. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, well, feel about what kind of these persons you need to feel about, because I know some countries that have been leaving lately, like some of the people, the ISIS, have been having a war lately, and part of the Iraq's different state, they just got succeeded and declared independence. Well, can't remember what it was, but it's true, because we heard about like something about the war between Iraq and Afghanistan towards the U.S., but seems like they're pretty crazy, same as the Syria war, it's bullshit, And we heard about that Catalonia just declared independence from Spain, so they could become a country too, but because Catalonia was the first Spanish languages before Spain, Hispaniola, then was the Alta California, also known as the New Spain, because the New Spain has been invaded for years when they were provided in Mexico towards all of the United States area, you know what I mean? And that includes California, Nevada, Utah, Colorado, then was Texas, and plus there was Arizona, New Mexico, and even was Oklahoma. But it was cool because you could just feel about and express your feelings. but from a long time ago. Because you can see all those great Californians around in this country. Before it was all the Californians. You gotta feel and imagine yourself towards the future. Because in the future, you might see listening all of those fandangos and musics and then the rest of the Spanish music that you can follow up to. It's so great, you know. They want to listen like one of those Spaniard traditional musics. It's the most performatic future listeners I would love to listen to. Like Santa Cecilia or Natalia Lafourcade, the music of Coco, or even La Flor de Tulache, and much more. You know, etc. You know, you gotta express yourself and your feelings before some job is gonna come out towards all the Spaniard jobs or kind of that stuff. It feels like a great project that's going to end up with, and especially foreign jobs too, when they would become nations too in California, because all of this is going to be amazing. Just to let you know, because I would love to have this Calexit to vote. I would vote and I would sign the petition. And this is my only journey to bring this California for a country. And that's it. And also they're going to add Baja California too, especially for like Jefferson Estate, but they don't know what kind of these stuff they're going to have, but we know Napa is going to add one for that as a state. And so does Alta Valley, Nuevo Catalan, Los Californios, and Silicon Valley too, you know. It's going to be a great feeling here for the new California Republic to add estates. There's no California as a country, you know. Think about it, because in this future, I think they would add Nevada, Utah, Arizona. I don't know yet. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but we'll see. We'll see how this presidency goes towards for the future. So we'll find out and see. See that can for kids in the future. So behold to yourself. So it's going to be another word that we're going to talk about. And another thing we're going to talk about for the news. It's called the Mexican word of the day, el vato. Vatos, well, I can't believe what they saw. I saw the pack of guys and they in the too far. Okay, vato is only a person who is really a gangster leader, like after the cholos and the sulados. But a vato is the only dude who is only the white leader or a mestizo, a person who rowdies out in the California, in the hood of the Sureños, and the Norteños, and the etc. gangs, you know. Just be careful about gangs, you know, just to let you know. Because, or else they're going to have to let all those gang members to send them to Mexico, where this presidency has to deal with. You know what I mean? Just be careful if you're a vato, you know. You know, vatos can wear like those chains and Jesus Christ cross and on their necklace, white shirts with all those khakis right there with all those that shit and all those Adidas and Nikes. Just be careful. And plus, vatos don't wear like those Nike Cortez. Think about what kind of the Mexican words that I have to think about in your head, but not in your skirt. Alright? So that's all I need to know, because that's the shit what we're gonna be going for. And don't forget you have to win the prize to win this shit. It's gonna be a good come out in the coupon. Just to let you know, if you want to get this tool like this, you might get this on your mail. If you get the answer, what does the vato mean? You know, if you put me in the comment what does the vato means and the whole thing and the whole definition of this shit, and if you want to know if what is Alta California, if you know what that means, if you get the credit for that shit, you will earn this price. And this will come out to your mail, and this will come to my house and the address. I'll let you know for the text or whatever that shit that goes. Just watch my videos on YouTube, and if you can, and I'll send you some coupons if you can. So thank you very much, and just make sure you can subscribe or comment on YouTube, just to let you know as Zeke Allies, we're gonna make some more episodes sooner. So This is Ezekiel's Odyssey on the Odyssey Show, home of the California news as real news. And thank you for appreciating this shit. It's Odyssey.